Hello, Maurieo. Maurieo reviews a diagnostic test, questions 1 to 5. In this video, I'm going to go through the first 5 questions of the diagnostic test. Now, the diagnostic test contains all of the information that we, or me as a tutor, and the other tutors in the maths team have determined that we would believe that from what we've seen of curriculums and things that our students should know. This is the foundation of the course. We sort of assume that students come to us with this knowledge and know how to do things. Now, we understand that that might not always be the case. And some students have a very good knowledge of the basic foundation information. Others not so good, and some, perhaps for various reasons, have not encountered some of this mathematics thus far in their career. Now, it's our jobs as teachers to remedy that situation, but we must work with what we've got. And to be fair, this is the information that we need and that we assume going forward. So those students that get 80% plus in the diagnostic test, they would be the ones that would know this information and then are ready to go forward and add new information onto that very firm foundation. Might have a few little things to tidy up, but it shouldn't be a problem. Then we have some students who maybe get in the range 50% to 80%. Now they have a reasonable foundation, but some weaknesses in some areas. So they need some sort of remedial work in particular areas just to refresh and get them up to that 80% level and then move on. And then we have some students who, for a number of different reasons, are below the 50% mark of the foundation information. Now, it's most important right at the start that they do some work to get themselves up into these upper areas to build a firm foundation for their mathematics going forward. So what we recommend is that you take the diagnostic test and work away on it. Use the questions in the diagnostic test as a guide. Do some study on each of the questions, and that's partly what I'll be doing here, is going through the questions. But you may require some further study. Ask your tutors, consult with your tutors. Now use the actual questions. Take a blank question after you've done some study and see if you can answer it, following through the correct steps and procedures that are set down in these videos and others that you might watch. When you're at a position where you can do that, then you can move forward. Now, once you've done a fair bit of study on all of the questions that you have some trouble with, or the areas of knowledge that are perhaps maybe new or you just need some refreshing, once you've done that, ask your tutor for perhaps another copy of one of these tests. We have 3 copies available, and we possibly can reasonably readily create some more. And ask to sit and do the test, sit the test. And when you've got yourself up into that, ideally that 80% plus category or range, then you're ready to add new knowledge to your repertoire and to move your mathematics ahead at a reasonable speed for this course, and you will achieve very well. In the 50 to 80 range, you've still got a little bit work to do, but certainly you need to be over that 50% to be before you start even considering some of the newer concepts or more complex concepts that we'll be introducing in this course. So, there you go. The challenge is in front of you. You can either choose to accept the challenge and move forward with your mathematics, or you can just not do anything. And, nothing will happen. You could get worse. But I can pretty much predict that the chances, if you do nothing, the chances of you suddenly being able to answer these questions in an exam or test situation is not very high. So it's up to you. You've got a fair bit of work to do in front of you to get yourself up there, but it's valuable work, and it will get you there and give you a good toolbox, a good mathematical toolbox for your engineering studies. Okay, so let's get on with it and see what we've got. So what we're going to do here is get out of my titles and go to Smooth Draw 4, where I'm going to now go to the full large screen, and there we go. We'll start working through the first 5 questions. So let's look at question 1. Question 1, evaluate. Evaluate. So that means you're going to come up with a number, 4x squared plus 2x minus 7 when x equals negative 8. Note that there's a negative 8 there. So I'm going to do that one up and over here for some room. So what that is, what we need to do there is, after the equal sign, is everywhere we say x we put negative 8, but because it's got a negative sign, I'm going to just put it in a little bracket. So that's 4 times negative 8, and it's squared. Okay, it's squared plus 2 times negative 8 times, if there's no little times symbol there, you assume times when numbered together, and minus 7. Okay, now using BEDMAS, which is brackets, exponents, division and multiplication, addition and subtraction, together from left to right. So this is what we call the order of operations. We do brackets first, exponents, division and multiplication together from left to right, then addition and subtraction together from left to right. Okay, so now, what we're going to have to do is get rid of the brackets there, possibly. So we're going to get, so this would be the equal sign, it's an equation, so it implies equal signs. So that's going to be 4. I'll put a little times in there. Now negative 8 squared is 8 8s are 64. Okay. Plus, and then we'll just, well, that's going to be 2 times negative 8. I'll keep that in the bracket. 2 times negative 8 minus 7. Oops, sorry, there's my alarm. I think I'll turn that off, otherwise it'll just keep going. Negative 7, and then that equals 4 times, I'll just do it small up here, 4 4s are 16, carry 1, 4 6s are 24, 25. Okay, that's going to be 2 times negative 8 is negative 16. Just watch how the negative sign goes. A lot of people got the negative aspect of this wrong, and that is going to equal 200 and, well, 30, 16 minus 7, negative 23, 233. Okay, 233. So that's quite relatively straightforward. Now number 2, this one here, again, I'll do this up in here. This one here, if the bases are the same, you can add the indices. So that's going to be equal to 2 to the power of 14 plus 10, the bases are the same, you can add the indices or the exponents, and that is equal to 2 to the power of 38. 2 to the power of 38. Okay, now these ones here, this is pretty much the same deal here, except the base in this one is 2. That's the base. The base. The 2 is the base. And the 10 is indices. So this is pretty much the same deal here. So this is like a 2-for-1 deal once you get this one done. So that's c to the power of 13 plus 9 plus 15. So yeah, so 13 plus 9 is 22, plus 15 is 37. C to the power of 37. Well, you might have heard a little rustling of paper there. That was me looking at the answers to make sure that I'm getting this right. Okay, now this next one here again is to simplify that. Now we've got x's and y's multiplied together. Now the brackets there, so we can just actually rearrange these so we get, and it's the same deal, but we just, because only the bases are the same. So I've got x to the 4th there. I'm going to put that one there first. And when we multiply things, like as we know, 2 times 3 is 6. But it's equals 3 times 2 as well. The order doesn't matter with multiplication. Different story with subtraction and division, but with multiplication and addition, the order does not matter. 2 times 3 is the same as 3 times 2. But 2 minus 3, not the same as 3 minus 2, is it? So we can rearrange, obviously, for that. So I'm going to put x to the 4th, y cubed, which is from the first bracket, and y4 from the second bracket. Okay, and now you'll see that the bases are the same, so we can add the indices. X to the 4 plus 4 and y to the 3 plus 4, and that, I'll put it down here, equals x to the power of 8, 4 and 4 is 8, y to the power of 7. Okay, yeah, x to the power of 8, y to the power of 7. I hope you can see that there. I think that's best I can do. Okay, so now number 5. Now, right, now where we've got them like that, where the brackets and the exponents, we multiply the indices. Note the bases are the same, we can multiply the indices. So this one here, I might try and work this across the page. We can have x to the 4 times 2 over x to the 2 times 4. It's times where it's like that, because it's times, as opposed to here where it's plus, because it's 2 lots of x to the power of 4. So that equals x to the power of 8. Once again, proving what I said earlier, is that the order of when we're multiplying, the order doesn't matter. 4 times 2, same as 2 times 4. But now what we have is x to the power of 8 divided by x to the power of 8. So we could divide top and bottom by x to the power of 8 as one way of doing it. But essentially, that equals 1. Any number divided by itself equals 1. And there we have it. There we have the first 5 of them done. It looks like a demented spider has crawled across the screen. My dexterity with the pen is not at its optimum, but I think we've done enough there to get those ones done. And so, there we have it. The first 5 questions of the diagnostic test are done. Now, not only does the test build on the foundation information for going forward with the course, but the information early in the test builds on further information that we need later on in the test. So probably best just to concentrate on getting the first 5 right. Now might be an appropriate time just to get a blank or make your own blank, or get a blank copy of these here, and just have a little break and then see if you can reproduce the answers. And then once you've got those 5 sorted, well, that's 5 out of 38. That's around about a 7th. That's getting close to getting up to 20%. That if you got those right at the start, of course, it's just reinforcing what you already know. But if you've got some new information, that's building you along. So I'm going to stop there on those 5, and I'll do another video on questions 6 to 10. Cheers! See you!